get out of my bedroom and come and sit downstairs. And I didn't really know what to do because I didn't fancy watching television or anything like that. So I thought, as September is Pain Awareness Month, I would do a video about pain basically. I haven't planned this video, so I don't know what I'm going to talk about. But basically, I've experienced pain my whole life. Going back to when I was a child, I was always complaining of being in pain, and we was always told, oh, it's just growing pain. And then when I was about 4 or 5, I was doing ballet and swimming, and my parents noticed that my spine was curved in a lot more compared to the other children in the dance class or swimming class that I was going to. So basically, to cut a long story short, I had MRI scans and tests and things like that, x-rays and things, and they found that I had a hyperlordosis of the spine. So scoliosis is where your upper spine curves sideways, and hyperlordosis is where your lower spine curves inwards. So that was monitored as a child, so my pain was always associated with like growing pain or the back pain related to my hyperlordosis. And then fast forward to now, in which I've had my chronic illnesses and disabilities for several years now. I've got to a point now where pain is just part of my everyday life, and in all honesty, I can't remember what it's like to not be in pain. I'm in pain all the time, and it is relentless and it wears you down. And it's not just one type of pain or one area of pain, my whole body is in pain. So it could be like an achy pain or a throbbing pain or a spasm pain or a migraine pain. The list goes on. And then I get pain in my legs, and I get pain in my shoulders, and I get pain in joints that dislocate and sublux, and I get pain in my jaw when I eat and talk for too long, and I get migraines so my head hurts, and it's just literally just pain, pain, pain. And unfortunately, with my functional neurological disorder, FND, which I will link above, where I explain what is FND. Basically, with that, the brain's messaging system doesn't work. So the pain signals in my brain don't know how to interpret the pain that I'm in. So it just turns the dial onto max. So my brain is telling me that I am in maximum amount of pain. And no matter what I do, that dial is still switched on max because my brain doesn't know how to interpret what is going on, basically. And unfortunately, with all the conditions that I have, pain comes along with those. So my hypermobility disorder means that I get pain in my joints and my organs. My ME means that I get pain in my whole body. My FND means I get pain in my whole body. And then different senses create pain. So for example, earlier I was doing a mindfulness meditation and I had my hands on my legs, and I started to get this really excruciating pain in my legs. And even though I was lightly touching my legs, it felt like I was really, really pressing down hard on my legs, and it was just so painful. And then I find light painful, which is why I wear tinted glasses. And yes, I'm in the sunroom at the moment, and it's starting to flare up my migraine. So I'm not going to be sat in here for too long, but I just wanted to sit somewhere else and give you a little bit of different scenery. And then smells can create pain, they can trigger migraines, and noise is painful. Or the workmen at the house behind us, if they're doing building work, I have to put my noise cancelling earplugs in because the pain just hurts my whole body. And it's hard to describe how things like light and noise can make your body hurt. And then there's things that trigger pain. So obviously, like if I have a non-epileptic seizure, that will flare up my pain. Or if I've overdone it and my ME is having a bit of a flare up, that will make my pain worse. And daily activities create pain. So having a bath tires me out and flares up my pain, or walking flares up my pain. So I use walking aids, and my wheelchair is such a positive thing. And so often people see wheelchairs as something negative, but for me my wheelchair is fantastic because it allows me to reduce my pain, because if I were to walk, I just wouldn't be able to do it without making myself so ill and in such excruciating pain. And one of the things that I found is when you live with chronic pain, you learn to live with it. And I've had times before when I've had paramedics or been in A&E or in hospital, and I'm asked what my pain score is, and I'm in a lot of pain, so I might say my pain is a number 8. And I have this thing where I never say my pain is a number 10, because I always save my number 10 in case I have a situation where my pain is a number 10. So I never say 10, even though I'm in so much pain, because I want to save my 10. That's just a little thing that I have. But because I'm not screaming, shouting, crying my head off in this high level of pain that I've scored, it can be hard sometimes for people to believe that I'm in as much pain as I'm saying that I'm in. But when I'm in A&E and I'm waiting for my pain relief to come, I just put my earbuds in and will listen to a book or a mindfulness and try and distract myself whilst I'm waiting for that pain relief. And it's just so frustrating because sometimes they don't want to give you the medication that you need to help give you some relief from your pain. And I always use the term pain relief medication because medication doesn't act as a painkiller. It doesn't kill the pain, it doesn't get rid of the pain. It just gives you relief from the pain. It just makes it bearable so you can just about function without being curled up in a ball crying in bed 24/7. And it's quite hard for people to understand chronic pain if they've only experienced pain every so often, such as if they've broken their arm once when they were a child or something like that. Or like my dad was ill a couple of years ago and he was going through pain, and he was in a lot of pain and he'd been given some morphine and was kind of curled up in A&E, and he just was just really like a little baby basically. And it was just strange to see my dad in pain and how he was reacting to being in pain compared to how I am when I'm in a high level of pain. And you spend most of your day trying to deal with your pain alongside your other symptoms. And I have my medication which I take 4 times a day. I don't like to just rely upon medication alone, so I do lots of other things as well to help me with my pain. I find mindfulness meditation really helpful, especially visualization. And I think because I'm quite a creative person, when I do a visualization, I'm able to picture and sometimes feel what's being described, whether it's a walk through a woodland or and earlier I was listening to a healing waters for pain relief meditation, and I could visualize and feel the healing water and associating my pain. And I've also done a meditations about seeing pain as just another sensation that your body feels, or trying to accept pain and things like that. So mindfulness meditation helps me. It's not for everybody, it helps for me. And for me, one thing that works for me is heat. Sometimes putting a splint or a brace on helps just give that joint a little bit of stability. Trying to distract myself, so colouring especially, I find helpful to distract myself. It's such a fine balance, and it's trying to do things that's not going to make your pain any worse. And you have your baseline pain. So I was trying to think of this earlier, what is my baseline pain? And I would say that my average daily pain score is between 4 and 6. But if I was to dislocate something or have a fall, that would kind of go up. Or if I have a seizure, that pain score would go up. So I kind of, like I said, I didn't plan this video and I didn't know what to say, but as hard as it is and as difficult as it is, you can learn to live alongside being in constant pain, even though you want that pain to go away, and I would do anything for my pain to go away. So I think I'll leave it there because I've rambled on a little bit. I didn't know what I was going to say in this video. I hope that this video makes some sort of sense in terms of my experience of pain from childhood and what helps me with my pain. And if you've got any questions, just leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Thank you to everyone who subscribes to my YouTube channel, especially new subscribers. And if you want to keep up to date with new videos, hit subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video.